Now that we've got the basics out of the way, I want to show you some of the more advanced things you can do with subtools. You can make new subtools either by importing other models or by cutting up existing tools and subtools. Let's open up the Hank Body exercise file and expand the subtool palette. Since this is a tool instead of a project, I'm going to have to click and drag to open it and then go into edit mode. Let's also hit F to zoom in a little bit. And I want to close the light box down so that's out of the way. So over in the subtool palette, the way we bring in more subtools is by clicking on Append. This shows us all the other tools that are loaded into memory, as well as primitives. Right now the clothing isn't loaded into memory, so let's go do that. Now that we can see the Hank clothes here in the toolbox, let's go back to Hank Body. I'm just going to scroll down and let's click Append. Now we can pick the clothes. For appending, you'll want to open Z Tools rather than Z Projects. This is because Z Projects come with their own toolboxes that will replace any opened tools. So you can see we've now got Hank Clothing as one of the subtools. One thing to remember is that Append will only bring in the active subtool of the tool that you're trying to append. So you can see the button was a separate subtool. Let's go back up to Hank Clothes here, and we can see there's a button here. We need to make this the active subtool in order to bring it in to the Hank Body tool. With that active, let's go back to Hank Body and click Append again. Now we've got the button. The Duplicate button makes a copy of this currently selected subtool. So let's select the button and make a duplicate of it. Now we've got two of them, and now you can move one of these over to a different part of the shirt. So I'm just going to go into move mode here and just move the second button into place. The Group Split button will divide a single subtool into separate subtools based on what polygroups it's made up of. So I'm going to select the clothing and hit Shift F to go into polyframe mode. This is going to show me what different polygroups the clothing is made up of. So when I click Group Split, it's going to tell me that this is not an undoable operation. That's okay. I'm just going to hit OK. Now all the polygroups are separate subtools. Let's say we want to turn his pants into shorts. The Split Hidden button will separate any hidden parts into a separate subtool. So let's hold down Control and Shift and drag a box over the pants. Now if I hit Split Hidden, you see we've got two subtools now. One for the top of the pants and one for the lower half. We could just delete this and we'd be left with shorts. Creating multiple subtools can really help you keep your model organized, especially when there are lots of accessories or separate objects that need to relate to each other. When in doubt, make a new subtool. You can always combine them back together, as I'll show you in the next movie.